Hey guys, good morning. I am jumping on here real quickly to discuss the day I found out I was having twins. Now, you guys did see the video clipping of what my first response was when they told me. It was more like a state of shock response. I really didn't have any type of real emotions at that time because I was just still in a state of shock. I just so happened to be bringing my camera to the office with me to catch my I think it was it was the first appointment where they get to see the fetal pole and the heartbeat. So I was calling myself catching that on camera, not knowing or even thinking twice that I was going to be recording them telling me that I was having two babies. So I know that learning that you're having twins should be exciting. It should be very exciting, especially when you're trying to have baby. But for me, it wasn't all as exciting as you would think it should be. I had so many emotions going through my head when I left the clinic that day. I didn't know what to think. I was afraid. I was nervous. I was trying to be happy, but at the same time very fearful. I mean, it was just all type of different emotions going through my head. I was trying to figure out why it was me that was having the twins. You know, when you're young, you always say, oh, I wish I had twins. I wish I had twins. Well, I had a set of twins, and it was not easy raising the twins as it looked from the outside in. The pregnancy was the worst pregnancy I had ever experienced. And then I also had postpartum depression afterwards, which was the only pregnancy I ever had, postpartum depression. So it was very traumatic for me. I remember even telling myself that I don't never want to be pregnant with twins again. I guess I had to be careful what I had mentioned, huh? So anyway, I was more concerned about is my body going to fail me trying to carry twins. I was already pushing myself to have one more baby, knowing I have medical conditions, and to learn that there were two, that was just overdoing it. And I felt like this was my fault. If I would have never tried to push myself to give Pebbles another sibling, I wouldn't be in this position. When I got pregnant with my twin boys, I didn't have any medical conditions. I was half my age, and I didn't have any medical conditions. I did later on develop gestational diabetes, but I had that about 2 weeks before I even gave birth to them. So I didn't get the full experience of gestational diabetes. So, and even then, the pregnancy was rough on me, and I was half my age. So I was thinking about that, like, man, I remember that pregnancy as if it was yesterday because it was the worst pregnancy. Like, how am I going to get through this at half my age higher, and this time with medical conditions? So it was a lot going through my mind. I could not get excited about the pregnancy at the very beginning. It took a good month for me to come to some type of excitement that I was having too. I did open up to a small circle of family. Well, I can't say family because I only opened up to one family member, and that was my cousin, and friends and a couple of my TTC sisters. I did open up to them at the beginning about having twins, and all of them had nothing but positive things to say to me. They all reminded me that if this was not meant to be, God would not have let it happen, and that He's going to carry me through this. And even though I believed that at the time they told me, it still was difficult for me to accept it because I've lived it. I know what it's like to have twins and carry twins and take care of twins. So it's easier said than done. Then it didn't make it no better when I went and I researched about identical twins, because my twins that I had were fraternal. So I went to research about identical twins. I had no clue that identical twins was more riskier than having fraternal twins, and then I learned why it was a more risk. So that just added even more fear to carrying twins. So as the weeks went on, I started praying. I was doing a lot of walking on my breaks, just having some me time, trying to think about this, how am I going to get through this? Is my body going to fail me and something going to happen to these babies, or something going to happen to me? I just didn't know what to think. I was really fearful. Not to mention, at the same time, I was going through issues with trying to get into an OB, which I still owe you guys a video talking about that. I was going through issues trying to get into an OB, and that was just making things even more worse, because I'm already frightened that I'm having twins at my age with medical conditions, and now you're trying to tell me that none of these OBs is going to see me. It was just so much going on at that time. It was nothing excited about learning that I was having twins. I started doing more research about the type of twins I was having as I started learning what kind of twins I was having. I learned that with identical twins, they can be Momo or Modi. Momo is more severe than Modi, which I'm glad that I'm carrying Modi, but my heart goes out to those who are carrying Momos. And I started looking into Facebook groups to see if I can find any twin groups that pretty much had moms in there that was in the same shoe as me and can pretty much relate to what I was going through at the time. And I came across this one twin group. The day they accepted me, I introduced myself. At the time, I was 48 years old. I'm 49 now. I introduced myself, and I let them know that I just learned that I was pregnant with identical twins. In less than 24 hours later, I had over 3,000 likes in less than 24 hours later. Within the next couple of days, my inboxes start filling up with messages from these ladies in this group, congratulating me, tapping in on my blessing, asking me to pray for them that they would get twins, asking me what did I do before I got pregnant with them. It was just overwhelming. Like, I realized this was a group of women who was actually trying to become pregnant with twins. These were not women that were already pregnant, even though the group did have women that were already pregnant with twins or either had given birth to twins, but the vast majority of the ladies in this group was the ones that wanted twins. And it got to a point where they started sending me friend requests, and I don't accept friend requests from people I don't know. So eventually I got out of the group, but I'm glad that I found that group, because that group helped me to better understand why I was chosen to give birth to twins again. Sometimes when we go out here and we do things on our own, it doesn't always work in our planning. It works in God's planning. And even though my friends and my circle of TTC sisters kept trying to remind me that this was all in the plan of God and it was just going through one ear and out the other, it took that group for me to actually see it. I realized that group only had a small portion of women who wanted twins, but if you look at the entire world versus that small little portion, there are many, 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 many women out there who wants to be pregnant so badly with twins, yet I was the one that got pregnant with twins. The Bible says many are called, but only a few are chosen. So I figure he chose me for a reason. And it took me to that point to say, Sandra, you need to stop the complaining. God did not bring you this far to leave you. I was starting to feel bad. I was starting to feel like he was going to take the blessing away from me because I was not getting excited about it. I said, please God, don't take the babies away from me. I thought either one or the other one was going to end up being taken from me because I was acting unappreciative. And it wasn't that I was unappreciative, I was just concerned. I had a hard time getting excited while being concerned. I mean, I was deeply concerned. And that was the reason why I turned to a few of my friends and TTC sisters, because I needed someone to talk to about that. But I am glad to announce that I have finally got over that, which is why I finally came forward with you guys to let you guys know I was having twins, because I didn't even know how to tell you guys I was having twins, especially when I wasn't really accepting it on my own. But once I became acceptable of it, I started getting excited about it, especially after I found out they were girls, because I felt like if I'm going to go through a twin pregnancy again, this time I'd rather it be girls than, because the last time they were boys, and I already knew what it was like to raise twin boys and trying to shop for twin boys. I'd rather do that with twin girls. So I was excited about the news, which it wouldn't have mattered either or, but that just helped me get more excited about the fact that I'm carrying twins. So I'm glad that I finally got that off my chest. I know that, you know, when you looked at the original video, I don't know if you guys noticed, but that was more of a state of shock me than it was that was more a state of shock me than it was a wow kind of moment, because it was just funny how that day even began. I'm sitting up here stressed, hoping to get to this appointment to see one baby and end up seeing two, because my betas was not all that high at all. I mean, as a matter of fact, I was in a group of ladies who all transferred the same week, and their betas was more high than mine. I was afraid to even post my betas. I just told them that it was doubling. But I didn't tell them what the beta numbers were. I got a little cough. Taking some sugar-free cough drops. But yeah, so just so you ladies know, you can have a low beta and still have twins, because my betas was not high at all. That's why I was really shocked when she told me it was two, because I was hoping to see that it'd be one, let alone two. So it was really a surprise. So there, I got it off my chest. The next video I owe you guys is the issue that I was having with choosing a doctor, and how this doctor I have now been going so far. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, share if you have to, and come with me through this journey, okay, ladies? Sticky baby dust to all of you ladies. TTC. Bye.